Hello, so my name is Jimena and I'm going to be reviewing Miro because I've used it extensively for both my two jobs. So I work as an innovation manager at a technical service company and I also work at the TU Delft as a teacher of practice at the university in Delft. So I've been using it mainly Miro for co-creation sessions and hosting workshops when it was of course not allowed because of Corona. So I personally always found using Miro quite easy and user-friendly. I think as a, maybe you can call it millennial, or if you're a bit more tech savvy, I think it's quite intuitive. I don't even remember checking any of the tutorials that they are available for understanding. Maybe sometimes what is good is if it's really a peculiar functionality, like the new ones included, then it's always nice to check the tutorials, but in general I don't even need to do that because it's just very intuitive to use. And I experienced that also from the side of my colleagues, maybe sometimes a bit older people and hence less tech savvy. For them you really need to explain them a little bit, but once you show the key functionalities, it's quite straightforward. To be honest, for me, it's just the simplicity of how to bring, let's say, real life, creative thinking into a digital board. So the main functionalities that I really use is the post-its, really the forms, and connecting those items, so that maybe to build journey maps or these kind of things. So actually setting up also certain workshops in terms of the frames and guiding participants into the exercises by using those form post-its and connection items. That's really easy. And I recently discovered the integration between post-its and the Miro, and that saved my life so many times, especially now that we are coming back to maybe an hybrid or slowly to face-to-face creative working again. That's saving me a lot of time because sometimes we host, of course, workshops in person now. So that's great. From a functionality point of view, for me, it works really great. And I said before, I love the simplicity, and it was for me always way more user-friendly than, for example, Miro. But the biggest struggle I always had, especially because of the work at the university, we had workshops with a lot of students and a lot of participants in the workshops. And I had it during one of those that it completely crashed. So of course, there's a limit to the data a specific board can have at the same time. And while we were in this workshop, I think it was with 100 students, every one of them were generating content. So it completely crashed. So it was like a panic moment, everything online. We had to ask all the students to leave the board, make duplicates, and individually send certain groups of students to each of the different new boards. So that was really complete chaos and a very high panic moment for us. So I think definitely an 8 or a 9. I already said, like, I'm really happy with the product and I've been using it for a while for both jobs. And I always recommend people to use Miro instead of, for example, other competitors such as Miro because of its intuitiveness and simplicity. There are, of course, some improvement areas such as what I mentioned about the data you can host, etc. But with the new improvements and there's always new functionalities coming in, I think you guys are doing a great job. So keep on going.